All right, let's peek over Hannah's shoulder and see what she's working on. And I'll tell you this interesting topic. We're talking about banning the term bossy. What's this all about?
Right, so Beyonce, Jennifer Garner, Condoleezza Rice have joined this campaign to basically empower little girls to be leaders. Apparently, there's a big problem where girls are called bossy when they want to be leaders, but boys are encouraged to be bosses.
Okay, that's part of the campaign there. And again, people will get hung up on banning a word, and they'll go against that. But it's more of the feeling and a message to little girls, right?
And so we have a lot of Facebook people that aren't agreeing with this campaign, but I like the bigger picture of it, where I think that girls are trying to be bosses when they're being called boss, and I think that's so discouraging. We shouldn't do it, and I can't wait to hear what everybody else does.
All right, we'll get to it. And let's do just that. Hannah did a great job there teeing things up, banning the word bossy because it's a bad message to our little girls. Back with us, Dr. Tiff, also with us, Kim Seraphin, senior editor, In Touch Weekly. Before we get you guys' take, let's listen to the campaign, and we've put it together where it's featuring stars and some little girls as well. So let's watch.
Here is where I will start being interrupted.
Here's where I will stop raising my hand.
Here's where my voice will get drowned out.
Here's where I was called pushy.
Stubborn. Pushy. Stubborn. Bossy.
Stubborn. Pushy.
Know-it-all?
Aggressive. Bossy.
Being labeled something matters.
By middle school,
girls are less interested in leadership than boys.
And that's because they worry about being called bossy.
We need to tell them it's okay to be ambitious.
Let's ban bossy.
Be brave. Be you.
Ban bossy. I'm not bossy. I'm the boss.
Oh, Beyonce bringing it home there. All right. Dr. Tiff, weigh in. Your thoughts. How important is it to ban the word bossy because of the undercurrent message you can send to little girls?
I think the undercurrent message is actually what's more important than the actual term, because you could be talking about being bossy or you could talk about the other B word, and I think you kind of mean the same thing. So many people see the word bossy or the other B word as, with negative connotation, being pushy, being overbearing, being domineering. But you could look at it on the flip side and say, is this person headstrong? Are they competitive? Are they mentally tough? Are they aggressive when they need to be? So it really is about how you look at it and how you promote those characteristics in young girls, because honestly, there are times where you need to be that way. You know, when the stakes are high. Let's say we have a girl on the debate team. Do you want her to be meek and timid, or do you want her to stand up and say, this is my point of view, and yes, I'm telling you exactly like it is, I'm bossy?
There you go. And you know what's interesting, though? We asked on our Facebook page with the hashtag banbossy, there are more negative comments in the sense of people don't like to be told ban a word.
Right. That sounds bossy.
It does. Oh, nice tie in there. Kim, what are your thoughts on this? Is it important, the banning of the word bossy and the message to little girls? How do we parse that out, and how do we effectively teach our little girls? Because that's what everybody wants to do.
Yeah, and I think the message is there, and that's why you saw in that video, when you see Beyonce end it with saying, I'm not bossy, I'm the boss, when you see Jennifer Garner saying labels matter, and they talk about some of these other words, instead of saying aggressive, say ambitious. They talk about some of these other phrases that we use. I think ban bossy is obviously a catchphrase. It's a way to hashtag it to get people really talking about it, but it is the message that you're sending out, the idea of girls kind of shying away from being that person who wants to be in charge because they don't want to be labeled this way, especially these days when you do have social media, when somebody could just say bossy, aggressive, mean, angry in a social media, in a tweet, and I think that just really sends a bad message.
Yeah, again, people I think have issue when you talk about banning a word. People don't like that. But here's how it can play out even into adulthood. You guys might remember this was a Pantene labels ad. You might remember, we'll play the first couple parts of it for you because it directly deals with the term boss versus bossy. Watch this, guys, and we'll get your take coming out.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere,
Let's get a quick take, because there's your message, Kim. He's a boss, she's bossy. He's persuasive, she's pushy, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen that in so many situations where one thing, a woman does it, a man does it, and they're labeled totally different. They could have had this campaign as saying, be bossy, be strong, be bossy. It could have been the same thing. It's the same message that you're sending out. Embrace who you are, embrace being a leader. And that, I think, is the main message that they want to be out there for young girls.
Haven't we come, though, a ways in in empowering girls to be leaders and all that anybody else can be?
We still have a lot to do, and I think the main thing that has to be done here is not just say, you know, be a leader, but teaching girls how to lead. Those are two totally different things. Encouraging and empowering also means that you have to have these women, Sheryl Sandberg and Condoleezza Rice and Beyonce, as mentors to really show them it's not just a word that comes out of your mouth about being bossy or a boss or empowering women, but I have to actually, you know, this is where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
This is how you become a leader. And these little girls need to see that and be shown that.